Hey there, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Silver Chaos. So, last time, fuck me. I do not remember. I do not remember whatsoever. All I really kind of, from what I had to look at to get back to here, apparently, this guy was named Mike, right? The kid with whose ass is just all up on the screen right now. Mike was revived by Adonis. I'm trying to get a general view back to what's going on. Mike got revived by his best friend slash possible lover Adonis after he was revived because he got into a big accident. Adonis got captured by some dude covered in complete and utter darkness, and now he's just completely gone missing. Mike, because he was completely healed from the brink of death, and the school had no clue exactly how to cure him, they ended up putting him in a cell because apparently an ancient book of all types of unspeakable evil was used, and because of that they are using this as a chance to just lock him up, because this is their attempt at covering it up rather than making up a really big ass lie and saying, oh well, we found a magic that actually was capable of healing him, so that way it would all work out. But whatever. And then this guy, I don't remember his name, but he's a little bitch because he was in love with Adonis, and he's mad at Mike because Mike spent all of his time with Adonis. And so he's being a petty little bitch right now because he's claiming that he couldn't get close to him because Mike was always there. And now he's using this as his chance at revenge against Mike because of all of that. I hope I made sense. I probably didn't. All you really need to know is that this blue-haired little fucker here is just a petty little asshole who has nothing better to do with his time. That's all I can really get out of that. Either way, ladies and gents, let's just go on and continue the game.
あなたが負傷さえしなければアドニス君が失踪することもなかったのですよ。
Okay, this motherfucker just went nuts, and also his name is Hector. Alright, sweet. It didn't separate him from anyone. Many students in the training school liked the gentle Adonis. But someone like Hector, who was unwilling to have a relationship with other students, liked loneliness. To hold Adonis in his favor, Mike was often entwined with him, making him obstinately, I believe that's the word right there, question his relationship with Adonis. He must have thought that it was no different than his own. Bearing the pain, Mike frantically cried out.
アドニスに近づきたかったなら俺に構わずそうすればよかったんだ。お前は自分が何もできなかったからって俺に八つ当たりしてるだけじゃないか。
Yeah, exactly. No, if you wanted to start sucking on some Adonis dick, all you need to do was get on your knees and head over there and be like, hey bro, just throw it down my throat. And he'd be like, he'd probably be like, hey man, that's kind of weird, but alright. Or he'd be like, dude, get the fuck away from me. All you need to do was get on the knees and just start chugging the dick. That's all you had to do. Alright, that's all you had to do. But no, you want to be a little bitch. I don't recommend that you do that. Anyone, no matter what gender you are, I kind of don't recommend that you just randomly do that shit. I mean, it might work, but I'm just saying, you probably don't want to do that. Anyway, he hit the bullseye, and his hand swinging the whip came to a halt.
午前の講義が始まってしまいます。この辺にしておきましょうか。
My God, you look insane. When he said that, Hector removed the hand and leg restraints from Mike. When his bonds were thrown open, Mike collapsed exhausted to the floor like a doll cut from his strings.
ちゃんと服を着ておいてくださいね。他の人間にその無知の跡を見られては少々困ったことになりますので。
Not necessarily awkward, but more so that you are definitely gonna get in trouble for doing that shit because you weren't supposed to do that. I'm pretty sure your job was just to keep an eye on the motherfucker so that way he didn't try to escape or anything like that. Oh, okay. So the intense music is now gone, and we're being all somber right now. It wasn't that great of a I think the sound mixing in this game isn't very good, because the audio within people talking is kind of bad, and that transition wasn't very good either. The transition with the music wasn't very good either, so the sound mixing needs a little bit of a tweaking in this game. But oh well. Hector left the prison, locking him inside again. Your mouth was not moving that entire time, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, he crawled with his wounded body, reaching out his hand for his clothes. Moving around his body while it was covered in whip marks was painful. For a while, Might lay on the ground, not stirring. Well, I mean, he was carried off by a man covered completely in darkness. I'm just saying, that's usually not a good thing. Possibly. Maybe. I don't know. Either way, an ominous thought that he might be killed passed through his head. His feelings drove him to stand, but even without restraints, his body was unable to do anything. No, on the contrary, it couldn't even be true that after his whole life here, he would leave. Okay, we're talking about Adonis. I was trying to understand exactly what that sentence meant. Bit by bit, despair shrouded Might's heart. It was like the darkness was a cold prison. Ha! Get it? Metaphor? Prison? He's in prison? Ha! It's funny. Not really. It's kind of sad, actually. See, that transition with the music is not that great. The moonlight from the laced windows had changed without him noticing. Game? Okay, I clicked. I don't know what the hell's going on here. So he looked to the latest windows and murmured, and a murmur leaked out. Inside the gloomy prison, the darkness grew more. The feeling of despair and impatience irritated him enough to get him past the daytime. But now at night, those feelings became even more intense, so that his heart felt like it was being crushed under the pressure. But now he couldn't do anything but bear it. He could only continue to bear it. Suddenly, he noticed some signs that someone was on the opposite side of the prison bars. You know, by actually looking. Hector. Why are you guessing if it's Hector? A completely different person was behind... Oh, okay, never mind. A completely different person was behind the bars. No, the signs clearly showed it wasn't a human. Holy shit, it's the... Okay. No. Fuck you. No. No, I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. No, fuck you. Alright, fuck this guy. No. He whispered in that warped voice from under the mantle with the hood. Obviously not human. Motherfucker has a claw for a hand. No. Yeah, his mouth isn't moving now. What the fuck? Motherfucker, I've been watching Once Upon a Time most recently. Me and my sister just started watching that shit together, and motherfucking Rumpelstiltskin, the best character in that show, by the way, Rumpelstiltskin has said over and over again, magic comes with a price. You are a fucking liar. I don't trust you. I don't know you. Your hand is fucking creepy. You probably do dirty things with that hand, and I don't want nothing to do with it. No, I refuse. His hoarse, eerie voice jarred his ears. Might stared at the shadow suspiciously. I do, but I don't trust you. Fuck you. I don't trust you at all. Yeah, his mouth is not moving. Is there something going on my end with the laptop, or is it the game? I can get his help to leave, or I can refuse his doobie. I would refuse the fuck out of this guy. I honestly should, because he's evil. He's fucking evil. He's hunched over. He has a claw for his hand. He's all eerie and shit. But if I don't leave here, I'm probably just gonna be freaking Hector's whipping boy the entire time, and that's just gonna fucking suck. I don't wanna have to deal with Hector's crazy ass. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save this right here. Alright. Magic always comes with a price. That is something that I've learned through Once Upon a Time. I honestly don't want this dude's help, but I'm gonna get his help to leave. I honestly... No. I don't trust you one fucking bit. I really don't. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do. Alright, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get his... No. You know what? No. I'm gonna stand by my guns. I'm gonna stand by my guns. Part of me kind of wants to do it just to get out of here because it honestly just sucks being in this jail cell, getting whipped by an asshole with blue hair. Fuck that guy. But having to deal with you and your shady shit, I would quite honestly just rather stay in here and deal with the motherfucker with the bowl cut. So you know what? Fuck you. I'm not taking this.
何を考えているのか知らないけど、俺はお前の思い通りにはならないぞ。
You shady motherfucker. Might declared decisively. Of course he wanted to escape from the prison, but he couldn't depend on the words from such as, yeah, exactly. You're suspicious as fuck. Don't you hear me? Mike glared at him to make sure he was a man. However, his face was hidden under the hood, so he couldn't tell.
まあいいでしょう。あなたとはいずれまた出会うこともあるでしょうから。
Please tell me that we don't meet by chance some other time. Game? Just then, Mike's senses faded rapidly.
これって一体
He became unable to stand, and Mike fell on his knees to the floor. Before he knew it, the man disappeared before his eyes. As his consciousness returned, his body didn't move.
体が重い。
どうです？牢獄の居心地は少しは慣れましたか？
I got that. I should have just stayed. Now I gotta deal with the blue-haired, bowl-cut motherfucker. I should have just went with the shady guy with the claw for a hand. I should have did it. I should have just did it.
ヘクター、お前、俺に何を？
Fuck you, Hector.
マイト君にここから逃げられては困りますからね。
I'm sorry. What now? When Might escaped, I didn't escape. What? I didn't escape. What are you talking about?
よせ。
His words already weren't powerful. As he tried to eject him, when Hector quickly unfastened Mike's belt, he rolled up his shirt, exposed his chest. There was an unusual slender body that was so powerful. Mike's body that couldn't move was rolled up like a doll, and his clothes were taken off quickly.
もうやめろ。やめてくれ。
そんな声を出されると、かえっていじめてあげたくなりますね。
Well, you gotta be an asshole, Hector. When a faint laugh escaped his lips, Mike was left only to his underwear, and he purposely pulled them off slowly. Finally, Mike was completely exposed in front of Hector. This is not the first time this has happened. But Hector didn't stop torturing Mike there. He opened his legs wider and fastened them with restraining tools.
何を？
Why do you just have all of this shit?
余計な抵抗をすると、かえって痛い目に遭いますよ。
So he began binding Mike's upper body with his favorite whip now. His voice rose instinctively from being painfully squeezed by the whip, and the worrying was more torturous to Mike than being restrained.
いい格好ですよ、マイト君。
You sound creepy as all fuck, bruh. You looked down on Mike with a satisfied smile. With all of his powers, Mike's legs were open to an M shape. His nether region seemed to be pushing outward toward Hector. Even if he tried to turn his head, the cold air touched his sensitive parts, and whether he liked it or not, it stirred up humiliating feelings. I'm not even speaking English. Humiliating feelings. There we go. That's English, Darius. You're very good at the English. Learn English, you motherfucker.
今度は何をしようって言うんだ。
Well, if I've learned anything from my couple of years of playing some yaoi games, this is the part where the anal blazer happens.
大したことじゃありませんよ。ちょっと試したいものがありましてね。
Test what now? From his pocket, Hector pulled out a vial filled with liquid. Or fluid. Pretty much the same thing.
動かないでくださいよ、マイト君。
Please do not whisper in my ear like that. When he said that, he began pulling the liquid inside of the vial on Mike's nether regions. He raised his voice unintentionally at the strange feeling the syrupy liquid ran down between Mike's legs.
何のつもりだ。
Once again, this is usually where the anal blazer happens. I'm just saying. And also, I probably should change the name of anal blazer to something that would actually fit the theme of this game. So I don't know. He's gonna. I'll come up with one. I'm about to come up with one. Don't worry about it.
すぐにわかりますよ。すぐにね。
He's gonna fireball that asshole. Nah, that doesn't work.
なんだこれは。
A hot, impulsive feeling rose inside of Mike. His pulse quickened and he was becoming stronger. He was becoming stronger? But that was separate. That's weird, but alright. His body became unbearably hot. As if it was responding to the body heat, the blood concentrated between Mike's leg. Mike became harder without any will, and it stood tall while becoming sticky with the medicine. It throbbed and was going to burst at any moment.
そんな。どうして。
Shamefully, he tried to suppress his hard-on, but his will couldn't do anything.
結構早く聞いてきましたね。立派ですよ、マイト君。
Please stop whispering in my ear like that, bro. It's creepy.
見るな。
訓練所では薬の調合も教えてくれるんですがね。実際に試してみる機会がなくて困っていたんですよ。
You never had the chance to go on some random-ass mission and just test this on some dude? Really?
だからってこんなこと。
He hatefully glared at Hector, but Hector wasn't agitated at all.
何を言っても様になりませんよ。こんなにしているくせに。驚きましたね。ここまで硬くなっているなんて。
やめろ、ヘクター。
Well, obviously this isn't good, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip, and I will see you guys when this is done. Alrighty, I am back. So, when Hector unfastened the restraints from my skin, he easily rolled onto the floor.
それではマイト君、また明日。今夜は疲れたでしょうからゆっくりと休んでください。
If you're wondering what was happening, nothing really. Hector just kept stepping on him and kept making him feel like shit, basically. Nothing to really write home about. No anal blazer. Not today. So, he left Mike in jail. Even so, he didn't take the scattered clothes as he lied prostrate on the stone floor.
どうして俺がこんな目に。
Because your best friend slash lover did some shady shit, and you have to get punished for it apparently. The effects of the medicine slowly faded, his body's hot flashes ended, and instead of feeling humiliation, why can't I say that word? Humiliation and despair overflowed him. Okay, no, I was reading that dumb. And Mike cried in a dying voice. As it became late at night, Mike woke up because he heard the exploding sound in the distance and a dull vibration. The vibration continued intermittently, mixed in with the exploding sound and the roar of the strange monstrous voice.
外で何かあったのか。おい、誰か。
Oop. Oh well. He tried shouting, but no one answered. Because he was still inside the prison, he couldn't tell what was going on outside.
とにかくこんな格好のままじゃ。
He tottered as he stood up and put on the scattered around clothes. At the time, the explosion and the roar of the monster rapidly grew close. He was naked the entire time?
何か近づいてくる。
Okay, hold the fuck on. When did you get freaking armor pieces, a freaking scarf, and that? When did you get any of this? That was just on the floor? Hector left that shit on the floor for you? Cause the red shirt and the pants were something that you were already wearing. Alright, whatever, man. Unusually worried, Mike stood back from the wall and took a stance. The next moment, the part of the wall crumbled with a loud explosion, not a large explosion, it's the same thing, really, and a thick layer of dust shrouded the prison. At once, Mike's fate lied face down, cold air outside flowed in. Apparently, there's a hole, or at least it's supposed to be one. We don't get to see it. It's invisible. So, when he strained his eyes to see the other side of the dust, a crash from the explosion and merely broken the gap in the wall.
あそこからなんとか外に出られるかも。
You totally could. The second he thought so, Mike slipped frankly through the gap in the wall and wrenched open the small space of the mud wall and slipped outside. The fuck was that? Alright, so when Mike escaped the jail, Mike escaped from the jail. Monsters were rampaging inside the trade. Okay, that's supposed to be the monsters.
魔物がこんな街の中まで。一体どうなってるんだ。
They just kind of wandered in, I guess, or someone let them in? Come on, Mike, think! Though he was surprised, he hid in the shadow of the building. He looked around the vicinity, but he didn't see the students or the teachers. Yeah, that's obviously a good thing. That little boom right there, that's obviously something great. Something great is happening right now. He heard a particularly large sound from the town there. Mike saw the flames going up here and there in town, and he seemed like the town was under attack by a force of demons.
訓練所のみんなや教官たちは街の方に向かったんだろうか。
And that's what they should be doing. Yeah, there's that fake-ass Godzilla noise again. What the hell?
しまった。
When he turned his head, there was a monster that resembled a huge lizard. These motherfuckers just added Godzilla into the game. That's Godzilla. It's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure they were trying to make Godzilla. Holy shit! All right. Somehow, Mike passively managed to stand up, but the monster near Mike noticed and gathered.
丸腰でこれだけの数は相手にできない。
Mike decided that second and turned and ran away from the school. Because of the large bodies, it was reflected on their slow speed, and the monsters were slow in their reaction.
街にこれ以上魔物を連れ込むわけにはいかない。逃げるなら森の方だ。
Because the forest is always the safest place to go. Well, he can't go to the town, so really there's nowhere else he could run toward. I guess it has to be a forest. Alrighty then. He didn't turn around to see the monsters chasing after him. Mike just focused on running. How far did he keep running until he was deep in the forest, and he finally didn't sense any monsters? A flood of sweat flowed from his whole body, already covered in scratches from the monsters persistently striking at him with their fangs and claws.
少しだけ休もう。少しだけ。
As he thought that, he lowered himself on the side of his tree. He was already out of strength to hold himself up, and he toppled on the ground as he was.
ダメだ。もう動けない。
Either the thread of tension was cut short, or the pain and fatigue suddenly gushed out, opening his eyes became painful, and he lost his consciousness rapidly.
あれ？誰かいるのか？
Is someone? I don't know. Let's find out next time, ladies and gents. I guess that's actually someone supposed to be me, but shut up. I'm supposed to do the ending. That's how it's done. Kinda. Not really. Either who, ladies and gents, I thank you guys so much for watching. And if you happen to enjoy this part, go ahead and leave a like. If you didn't, then you guys can go ahead and dislike. If you have any comments whatsoever, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. And if at any point in time you guys do happen to like the sound of my stupid voice, you guys can go ahead and subscribe. Till then, ladies and gents, I'll see you all later.